Namaste children. Today I am going to teach from Employability Skills book. Unit 3 Information and Communication Technology Skills. In that we are going to learn about basic computer operations. Yes, that is the topic of first session. Let us see the session objectives. In this session, you are going to learn about computer, hardware and software. Then how to start a computer and what are the basic functions performed when you start a computer and what do you mean by login and log out, how to shut down the machine and how to use the keyboard and mouse. Everything you are going to learn from this session, children. Children, what do you mean by ICT? What is the expansion of ICT, children? ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. ICT refers to all the methods, tools, concepts related to storing, recording and sending digital information. Okay. Suppose if you want to record information manually, what you will do? You will write it in a paper. Am I right, children? Suppose if you want to store it in a digital form, what you have to do? You have to use electronic devices. For storing that information, you have to use electronic devices. So if you store it and record it in electronic devices, it takes on a digital form. So for that purpose, what are all the devices we are using? ICT devices are computer, tablets, smartphones and laptops. These are the devices of ICT. Okay. ICT skills helps us to communicate, run our business and stay connected with our family and friends. See, you know the current scenario, children. How we are teaching through online. Am I right? Suppose if you want to buy anything, how nowadays all are buying online purchase. Suppose if you want to transact bank transaction, you can do it through online. Everything you need the skill how to operate that and all you have to learn. Children, already you learnt about hardware and software and basic computer operation, everything in lower class. Just you are going to recall it. What do you mean by hardware, children? Yes, physical components of a computer is called hardware. Then what do you mean by software? Software means set of programs used to run the computer. This only you learnt in lower class, no? So there are two parts of computer system. What are they? Hardware and software. Physical parts that we can see and touch are called hardware. The another part of the computer is software. Though we cannot see it, it makes the hardware work the way we want. The physical part of the computer is called hardware. What are all the physical parts are there in computer system? One is monitor, another one is CPU, third one is keyboard, fourth one is mouse. Is it not, children? Monitor is a physical device or the hardware. When we start a program, for example a game, it is displayed on the monitor. This is done by the software which displays text, images and videos on the monitor. Hardware would not be able to function without software. The most important software in any computer is the operating system. OS means what? Operating system. Operating system is the bridge between the user and computer. This is the definition already you learnt in lower classes. If you switch on the computer, the booting process will goes on, no? After that what you will get? Desktop. In screen, in monitor, desktop will display after the booting process. The booting process is called operating system, OS. Okay, children? Children, how many operating systems you know? Windows operating system, then Linux operating system, and then Ubuntu, Linux, both are same, and then Mac OS. Okay, suppose if you take mobile devices, for mobile devices, which operating system they are using? Apple iOS and Google Android. Children, how will you start a computer? Children, how will you switch on the computer? Where is the switch? It is in the CPU. In CPU, you have power button. If you press that, what it will do immediately? Booting process will goes on and it will show the desktop on screen. Okay, like this you have to start a computer. If you press the power button, what it will do, children? It will check the system first. Okay, the BIOS first does a self test. BIOS means what? Basic input output system. If the self test shows that the system is fine, then only it will load the operating system. Okay, how many of you want to see how the booting process takes place? All you want to see, yeah? Wait, I think everybody is eager to see how the booting process takes place. Am I right? Okay, let us watch a video, children. Next side heading is login and logout. What do you mean by login and logout, children? In our house, suppose for example, you are keeping some important things. Where you will keep jewels, like that, jewels, cash, that and all. Where you will keep? In hall or in table, open space? No. Where you will keep? In cupboards. What you will do? After keeping inside the cupboard, you will lock that. Why? To safeguard the jewels and the cash. Likewise, if you want to safeguard your programs, softwares, whatever you created, your own creation, how will you safeguard that, children? For that, you have to create login. You have to use login IDs and passwords. Okay, just like we keep our cupboards locked at home, we need to keep our computer locked when we are not working on it. This will ensure that no unauthorized person can see or make changes to our information without taking our permission. To make sure your computer is locked, you have login IDs and passwords. A login and password is like a key to the lock which allows you to use the computer. When you log into the computer with your login ID and password, the computer knows that you are an authorized person and allows you to work on the application in the computer. Once you finish working, you must log out or sign out so that no one else can see your work. Okay? Hereafter what you will do? You have to create login IDs to keep your information safe and secure. Will you create, children? Okay, good. After completing your work, you have to log out and then you have to come out from the system. Otherwise, what will happen? Others will see your information. Others will steal your information. So be careful when you are coming out from your system. You have to do this procedure without fail. Okay, children? If you want to shut down a computer, what you have to do? You have to click the shutdown option. Where it is present? If it is a Windows operating system, you have to click the Windows button. Immediately what you will get? Restart, shutdown, like that options you will get. In that power button you have, if you click that, it will show three options. What are they? Sleep, shutdown and restart. Again you have to click that power button, shutdown button. Okay, likewise you can shut down the system in Windows operating system. If you want to shut down the system in Ubuntu operating system, what is the procedure? You can shut down the computer in Ubuntu by clicking systems button at the top right and then click shutdown. Okay, when you click shutdown, what will happen, children? The operating system will close all the applications and it will turn off the computer. Using the keyboard. Keyboard is the input device. What do you mean by input device? Input device is used to give inputs to the computer. What are all the inputs you can give using keyboard? You can type text, numbers and then special characters. Everything you can give using the keyboard. Okay. What are all the keys present in the keyboard, children? What are all the keys present? Many types of keys are there, no? What are all they? Types of keys in a keyboard. Function keys, control keys, enter keys, punctuation keys, navigation keys, command keys, Windows keys. Under function keys, there are 12 keys, F1 to F12. Each key performs specific function. For example, F1 is used for get help. Control keys are shift, space bar, alt, caps lock and tab. These are special control keys that perform special functions depending on when and where they are used. Next is enter key. Enter key is the label on this key can be either enter or return depending on the brand of computer that you are using. You use the enter or the return key to move the cursor to the beginning of a new line. In some programs, it is used to send commands and to confirm a task on a computer. Punctuation keys. Punctuation keys are used for punctuation marks such as colon, semicolon, question mark, single quote and double quote. Next is navigation keys. Keys such as arrow keys, home, end, page up, page down are navigation keys. These are used for moving the cursor. Command keys. Keys such as insert, delete, backspace are command keys. When the insert key is turned on, it helps you overwrite characters to the right of the cursor. The delete key and the backspace key are used to remove typed text, characters and other objects on the right and left side of the cursor respectively. Next one is Windows key. Pressing this key opens the start menu. Using a mouse. Mouse is a pointing device, you know. A mouse is a small device that you can use to move, select and open items on your computer screen. What it will do? Let us see the functions of mouse now. What are all the functions it will do? Roll over or hover, point and click, and then drag and drop, and then double click. These are the 4 functions of mouse. Using a mouse. Different application will behave differently to the mouse actions. So here we are going to use the file explorer to see the effect of the mouse action. roll over or hover. Some actions can be done by simply rolling over or hovering over an item. When you bring the mouse over a file in a file explorer, it will show the details of that file as shown in below picture. Point and click. As you move the mouse on your desk, a pointer moves correspondingly on your screen. The mouse allows you to select an item on the screen. When you click a particular file, it gets selected. See the picture, children. Next is drag and drop. To move an item, you need to click it and then holding the mouse button down, move the item to a new location. After you move the item to the new location, you release the mouse button. This is called drag and drop. When you drag a file in File Explorer, you can pick it up from the present location and drop it in a new location where you release the mouse. See the picture for clear understanding, children. Double click. Double clicking means to quickly click the left mouse button twice. When we double click on a file, it will open the file. That's all. The lesson over, children. What we learnt from this session, children? How to start a computer and what are all the basic parts of the computer, and then how the booting process takes place, and then what are the keys in a keyboard, what are the various types of keys in a keyboard, and what are all the functions performed by mouse. Everything we learned, no? That's all, children. I completed the session. In next slide, I gave the check your progress exercises. Try that, children. I gave 2 question answers also. Children, write it in your classwork. I gave check your progress exercise. MCQs I gave. 2 are there. First question, which of the following functions is not performed using a mouse? See the options and find out the correct one. Second one, what is the term used when you press and hold the left mouse key and move the mouse around? Now let me read the third MCQ. Here are the steps that take place when starting a computer. Rearrange the steps in the correct order. 5 options are there. Read that and find out the option, correct option, children. Next, I gave 2 question and answers. Take your classwork and copy it in your classwork, children. Now, I am going to teach the second session. The session name is Performing Basic File Operations. In this session, you are going to learn about the basic file operations, and you are going to learn about files and folders, and then in Ubuntu software how to create a file and how to create a folder. Everything you are going to learn from this session. Children, I am going to explain basic file operations. For that, I'll give one example. If you take any school or office, each teacher has a separate cabinet where they keep the files of different students or classes on separate shelves. Okay, suppose imagine 2 teachers are sharing the same cabinet. What will happen? Both the teachers are keeping the things inside the one file cabinet. It will lead to confusion. Sometimes the students' notes will mix. So to avoid that, each one is maintaining one file cabinet. Same manner in computer system also, you have to create a separate file and folder for storing information. files and folders. All information stored in a computer is kept in files. Each file is given a file name and has a file name extension. Each file have two components. What are they? One is main component, another one is extension. Okay, using the extension you can identify the type of file. Okay, file name who will give? User. Those who are creating the file will give the file name. Okay, extension depending upon the software you are creating, it will added. For example, if you create Word file, the extension .doc will be added with the file name. Likewise, if you create Excel file, it will add the extension of Excel file, the .xls. Likewise, it will add the extension. After the dot, it will add the extension. Okay. Then what do you mean by folder, children? A folder is a location where a group of files can be stored. In a folder, you can save group of files. Okay. Creating a file using a text editor in Ubuntu. Children, already you have done this practical in 9th standard. How many of you remembered? I don't know. You wrote the same thing in record note also. Okay. In this slide, I gave how to create a file. Steps I gave. So read this and try it, children. Suppose if you don't have Ubuntu OS, I gave one link. Okay, using that you can create it without installing the software. In online Ubuntu server, you can create. In this slide, I gave the steps for creating a folder in Ubuntu. Read this, and this also you have to try it in Ubuntu software, children. If you don't have the Ubuntu OS, suppose if you have only Windows OS, don't worry. In online you can try that. I gave the link in next slide. So see that and try it, children. Children, this is the link for creating files and folders in Ubuntu online. Go through this video and try the practical, children. That's all, the lesson over, children. What you learnt from this session, children? Basic file operations, and then what do you mean by files and folders? Then how to create files and folders in Ubuntu, and how to install online Ubuntu server, and how to try the practical. Everything I gave. Read one time and try it, children. In this slide, I gave check your progress questions, MCQs. First question, which one of the following shortcut keys is used to paste a file? 4 options are there. Find the correct answer and write. Which of the following is a valid file extension for Notepad file? Find out the correct answer, children. Third one, what keys do you use to copy something? Children, in this slide I gave 2 question answers, book back questions. Read it and write it in your classwork, children.